Alright, we're back. Oi. So, I don't entirely know why it crashed. It's entirely possible it was a game-related crash, but it took VTube Studio and OBS down with it. So that's upsetting. I don't think we really lost anything progress-wise. We'll see in a second whether we did or not. Doesn't look like it. Oh no, it was when we first arrived back here, so the crafting I just did is gone. So we'll need to drop off the diagrams and such again.
I'm glad you're here.
So we're gonna lose a little bit of time because of that, but other than that, we don't seem to have any major losses. Bitrate's looking horrific, which is not a great sign. We didn't make anything with Ulfar, so we're not going to worry about that. We'll just quickly remake the couple things we made over here. We made... Oh wait, we needed to buy the wool. We just won't buy as much wool this time, so we don't run ourselves out of money completely. Unfortunately, this is going to mean an extra ad is going to happen. We wanted to make the feathered cloak, the invoker coat. Not going to worry about making the devouring shroud. We will make her some of the... Well, the medium leather is probably where all of our money disappeared to. We can get her a level out of that, so we'll go ahead and just do that. Without breaking the bank. Because I do think I want the Devouring Shroud cloak as well, in case I want to like force our essence to go higher. Now we're quickly going to touch this again so it saves. In the hopes that we don't have to worry about redoing things again. Feathered cloak. Oh yeah, we have the extra gremlin cutlass. That's why it was showing a new thing. Oh yeah, the priestess vest. If you can call that a vest, considering it's just a strip of cloth, but what do I know? Yeah. Like I said, I don't really know what the source of the interruption is. I suspect it's either a game-specific crash or it was the video driver hiccup that I have now and then.
Favor to ask. It's my goat.
What about your goat?
Hellebore got separated from him. Important I get him back. He's an old friend. And my assistant. Black goats are adept in amplifying certain spells. Here, his favorite treat. Look around the swamp. You see him? Feed him that.
Alright. We'll see about that in the future. Take these diagrams. And I need a new chest upgrade. I could just commit to getting more power and knowledge instead of worrying about getting my vigor and strength up anymore. Because we do still have 6 strength. Our weapon does 187, which isn't bad. We actually have plenty of... Yeah, actually, I don't think I need the sigil for vigor anymore. I think I am better off just raising our power instead. So we'll put the runestone and the sage in there instead. Because that'll put us back to the same amount of power we had when we had the... rain. towards when we had the Briar Coat. So basically, we didn't lose anything by switching that around. I think I did like the look of some of the Briar Coat better than this one, but that's the only thing we did lose, I suppose. Let me just make sure that the audio is working properly. Yeah. Everything should be fine. It all looks like it's capturing correctly. I did learn by doing a quick look at the VOD that I can actually get away with moving some of the audio sliders up a little bit. Like, music can actually afford to go up a little bit. Because for you guys, the music basically didn't exist. But in certain segments, the music was louder, and that's why it ends up the way it is. Oh, that's where the goat is. Just over there. Yeah, sure, let's go fetch the goat right quick before we go back to the island, then. Especially since we're having some trouble figuring out where we need to be there anyway. Which is why I was debating actually ending when the crash happened. But since I'm back now, I'm not gonna end anytime quick, obviously. We're committed now. Unless it crashes again. If it crashes again, then, you know, it is what it is. Now, the important question is, do I have to actually spot the goat and use the item, or is it going to prompt me? So apparently everybody and their mother's going live now. So that's fun. Just the whole right side of my screen, you know, over there, just filled with live notifications. I'm gonna assume the goat wouldn't be up here. It'd be rather silly for him to have somehow gotten his way up here. But then again, goats can climb. He's supposedly, like, right about here. Some bushes. There he is.
Hello.
Well, that was easy. Is that all? You gonna go where you're supposed to now? Oh, I guess I just tell him where the goat is. Hooray for back and forth, but at least this is reasonably straightforward? Question mark? We can also drop off the map fragment while we're here, which should help us quite a bit, actually.
Came to the right guy.
Actually, we have two of them. I completely forgot about the other map fragment we had. Steel throwing knives, which do more damage. There are no new skill books, which makes me sad. I was kind of hoping he was going to keep giving us more skill books. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of stuff in the beastie area as well. There we go, phantoms. See a pair of floating eyes about in the dark? That's a phantom. They're invisible and a pain to fight. If I were invisible, I'd make the most of it. But these miserable fucks just can't think of anything better than harassing strangers. Yes, because that's totally not what you would do. At all, Gerald. Not at all. Night Stalker we already looked at, but I lost that information. Oh wait, no, we gained new information about the Night Stalker. Its offense is physical. We learned more about the Twin Blade Gremlin, which there's your proof that they are in fact gremlins, as I had said before. Fang Assassins we've seen. Fang Priestess. Priestess Wolf guys. Usually when I hear Priestess, I think there's a challenge. Not sure I'm feeling it with these types. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going after that, bud. Forest Giant. A clan of the Jotun that lives and hunts in ancient forests. While they usually stick to wild game, they've been known to supplement their diet with human meat. And we got all the information on this, so I presume that's the only time we have to fight a Forest Giant. It's just the one in the middle of that forest. giant bitewort. Supposedly, this plant has a large taproot that sucks the life force out of the surrounding area until it becomes large enough to hunt live creatures. Can you imagine being eaten by a plant? On my list of ways not to die, being digested by a side salad's in the top 10. Green slime we've seen, slimelet, got a rat, homunculus. Got new information for the zombie. Oh, it was a Striga. This creature has truly embraced the wild bloodlust of being a vampire. But don't let its nudity fool you. It's not gonna do anything fun. Yeah, it's mostly gonna just rip you apart. Kill 30 gremlins, goddamn. These bounties are getting higher and higher.
Need something?
Well, I need money, but you can't give me money. Guess we're going back up here, then. Oh, there we go. Now it's actually, like, separated into west and east side. And colored in properly, and the doors are marked. So that makes some of this a little easier to navigate. But it doesn't solve the mystery of what we're actually supposed to be doing up here. But I suppose at the end of the day, that's our responsibility to figure out anyway, isn't it? I'm going to assume going as high as I was probably is the wrong way. Actually assuming we're just simply meant to go this way. And I got too caught up in following the path that I found. That almost went poorly. You missed me that time. Huh. Another grapple point. You know...
Contraption does not move.
My suspicion is spontaneously failing me here, but there's another path a little higher that may very well be the correct answer. This is just right here. Also, apparently I nearly died. Yeah, through this crowd here seems to be a possible path. Because we avoided this whole bunch when we were here before. Yeah, this at the very least is where that ladder led. Jesus! You would think when you're right next to the guy with the crossbow, and he points it over your shoulder, it wouldn't hit you. You would be wrong. Also, increasing our armor does not seem to have made the difference I would like it to. But I'm also trying to rush, which is my own undoing as usual. Also, I think what happened to lose us all that health while I was in the map is I think I got shot by the skeleton while I was looking at the map, because it doesn't pause. Just in case anybody thinks crazy things like pausing time while you're in a menu is a thing in this game. It isn't. That would be commonly referred to as helpful. We can't be having that now, can we? If that... You know what? I have an idea. I don't know if this is how I'm meant to do this, but it's how I'm going to do this. See if I can, like, jump boost myself up there. What? Nope. This one doesn't seem to jump boost me as much as the other elevator did. I'm gonna try one more time because I think it slowed down right as I jumped. But I don't think this is gonna work the way I want it to. Nope, you don't get any height on that elevator. Because it is slower than the other one. So I think this detour that killed me is actually, completely useless because there's another grapple point there, and you're probably meant to like swing on the grapple and then send yourself up there if you want whatever that is. The rate at which we keep running into dead ends is certainly a thing. There must be some way we get higher. Like some path I missed, some like little jump that we can do that I didn't realize. It's the only answer I can think of at this point. This isn't a breakable wall, right? No. Pretty sure I checked that and in the other reality. There's a whole jumping path up there. Ow. Pretty sure we were already up here, but maybe not. No, this is where we need to be. Okay. It was just a simple jump.
Wait, they're human.
Sure am. Hi. I take it you were up on this ledge for safety, then? These are the remaining living humans, other than the people we encountered in the village, I presume. That was a lot of you.
These villagers hired the famous Van Belligen brothers to train them to kill vampires, and still haven't cleared them out. Nasty infestation, though. Castle's a breeding ground for them. But at least they got the best hunters money can buy. Van Belligen's name got to mean something to you, right?
Nope.
What? Come on.
Never heard of you.
Not really a partnership, to be honest. I'm the real vampire hunter in the family. My brother's just a novice, really. He insists on using dual daggers. Like you could hunt anything larger than a rabbit with those. Actually, you could help settle an argument. Take this two-handed sword, kill a vampire with it, and tell me how easy it is to take one down with a real hunter's weapon.
Yeah, you really do seem like you're setting me up to do your work, but yeah, you know what, why not?
With the fuckers. Shouldn't take you long.
And I'm assuming you're gonna give me... Oh no, you're not gonna give me even the time of day.
You're from outside the village. Did you see a man in a long leather jacket, black hair, about 30, scar on his hand? Might have been injured?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
He should have been back by now. Why are you even in Lockmere Village anyhow? We're tapped out. Couldn't afford another hunter if we wanted to. Sorry if you came all this way for nothing. Do you even know?
Nope.
You don't, do you?
Don't know anything.
Couple of months ago, villagers started going missing, so we sent our elder to Breyer Castle to ask the Lord for assistance. He never came back. Sent another. Same thing happened. Then, one night, a bunch of troops from the castle came through town. We thought they were here to protect us and went out to greet them. That's when they pounced, started tearing into folks' throats and feasting on their blood. If Richter hadn't been quicker, it might have been all of us. But he threw a lantern, set them all on fire, and ever since then, things from the castle have been stalking us every night. Vampires.
Presumably the Lord is one of them, or he's
The
dead.
one in charge. Lord Oberon killed the former occupants of Briar Castle, made it his stronghold. If you're not a hunter, you've got business in Briar, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna kill
You want to
Oberon.
get to Briar, Ferryman has to take you. And if you want to get to him, you need a grappling hook. I have one. And a request. Richter, like I mentioned earlier, he's missing. He was hunting something nearby. Structure on the water. That's where he was headed. Here's the key. I would go, but we have a lot of traps to set up before nightfall, and people are counting on me. If you find Richter, I'll help you in any way I can.
I think I know where he is.
Oh, and if he's wounded, you tell him Kilishandra does not give him permission to die.
Sure, that's the first thing I'm gonna tell a dying man, is that he doesn't have permission to die. But that proves my theory correct that the grappling hook was gonna be here. You look like a cook.
Let me guess. A hearty pumpkin stew and suckling pig? A roast beef with a nice brown ale? Does that sound nice?
Those do sound good.
Maybe you didn't
One of each,
notice
please.
my tone, or the fact that we're huddled in an attic, but all we have to eat is dried beans, and the rat that have been trying to eat said beans. If I had one
least you have rats.
even Harrigan, I would weep like a baby. Ever since I got trapped in this hellhole, I've been cooking for sustenance rather than flavor, and it's killing me. Some nights, I think about throwing myself to the undead, just so someone has a decent meal around here.
I think we found our chef.
Where am I supposed to go? The woods full of monsters? The kingdom of a, no offense, religious tyrant maniac? The bandit-infested roads to Wickham?
Actually, yeah.
Good.
Wickham's... yeah.
Now, Wickham is only a little screwed instead of a lot. Sorry. It's just, I've been trapped here for weeks, and maybe you've noticed? I'm a bit on edge.
Understandable.
All I need is a place where I can cook, without threat of vampires, dictators, bandits, and rats the size of my ass. Is that too much to ask?
Well, unless you count me as a dictator, which I can be one if it ends up going that way, I do know of a caravan.
The gods. If I had to spend even another night here, I was going to cook and eat my own arm. One of these hunters owes me a favor. I'll have them escort me. So long, you doomed bastards.
Does feel like a bit of a dick move stealing the cook, but you know, we'll be taking care of their problem here soon anyway. Here, kitty cat. Hey, pay attention to me. There you go. I suppose you're why the rats haven't eaten all the beans yet. Yep. He's right behind that door right there. That's what I assumed. Obviously there was a locked door involved, and what other locked doors had we seen? Right, that one. So that solves that mystery. We can actually get there reasonably quickly, too. Yeah, he won't talk any further. I'm glad I hopped over these boxes. I almost didn't. So let's quickly just warp on down here. We are gonna have to go make that same run I've made like 6 times already. But that's fine, because it now has more of a purpose. Oh hey, we didn't get got by either of the fire imps. Never mind. I should have stayed it low for a second longer. Oh well. Got any dying people in this boathouse? Be a hell of a thing if he just took the boat and pissed off. I'm gonna assume this takes me across. Yeah. If he's a vampire, I'm gonna be unhappy. Hey, what do you know? Either he's a vampire or this is the vampire that fucked him up. One of the two. Unless maybe he was a vampire the whole time. Like he had gotten turned when he threw the lantern. So he left so as not to harm his people. Classic scenario, you know? Happens all the time in these stories. I really thought he was gonna die. There we go. No indicator of it being him. Oh, there he is. Doesn't look so good, though. He ain't talking, so I'm pretty sure it's
The
over.
scar on the hand and black hair told me everything I needed to know about the corpse. This was Richter. From the position of the body, it seemed as if Richter had plunged a stake into his own heart. Probably to prevent himself from turning into one of those creatures. Richter's last hunt.
Well, that solves that. She's not gonna be happy to get that answer, but nobody ever claimed that it was gonna give anybody a good answer. Yeah, he's gone. Oh no, he's not gone. Well, I managed to pull some more money out of him at least before he warped away. This seems needlessly dangerous, but maybe there's something good on the other side of this. Oh, wow, we haven't seen one of these offering shrines to get free points in a while. But I don't have 10 garlic to offer to it. But we do know where to get garlic. We can buy garlic from our alchemist. Wouldn't be surprised if the chef has a healthy amount of it laying about as well. And we have a convenient warp point here, so that'll work itself out nicely. But I suppose we should go report the bad news, shouldn't we? Because, you know, that's going to work out great for making us popular in town. Ignoring the fact that the way this tragedy is played out is absolutely not our fault. But, you know, the messenger tends to get a bad rap regardless, eh? Hey, I would like my grappling hook now, please.
Another good one dead and no time to mourn. Look, if you really want to kill Lord Oberon, I'll help you in any way I can. Starting with this grappling hook to get to the ferryman. But you should know, the ferryman, he's one of Oberon's, and he doesn't take the living across. Maybe you can find a way, but we've got no one left to spare. You're on your own from here. You get to the castle, you kill a few for me. And Richter.
Oh, I'll kill more than a few. I'm gonna flatten the whole lot of them now that I can actually get there. But, don't hold your breath waiting for me to do it, because I'm gonna get very distracted with all the things I can use this grappling hook for. There's so many places I can go now that we have this. Oh yeah, it's these two goofs. I don't know if the one that exploded counted towards my 30 gremlins. But let's see. Yeah, that's actually inside the secret loft. I really should have been marking all those places where we needed the grappling hook. I also don't even know how to use the damn thing. But I presume it'll be self-explanatory when we see a place to use it. It'll probably give me a prompt. Wow, that guy follows pretty good, huh? Why am I even running this way? Let's actually go to the boathouse first, since we saw a hook point there. I presume that's where the ferryman is. Oh yeah, this little bugger's back. Wow, he just got away scot-free the first time that time. I should have set my weapon on fire before going for him. I would have at least added a bit more punch. Yeah, I'm presuming going over here is going to take us to the ferryman. I probably shouldn't do this first, but... So it's not giving me a prompt. I don't see an immediate... Ah, there we go. A and then right trigger at grapple points. Oh, that's actually decent. Okay. The lack of any kind of prompting made me worried for a second there. Because that meant I didn't know what range it had. And trusting it carrying me across a death gap like that at the right time. Oh, this was just for another Striga and a Essence cluster. Okay. Da-da-da-da. There we go. So let's see. I know of this one guaranteed that needed the ability to grapple. So let's go here and that'll take us there, I do believe. Because I'm going to run around and do a bunch of cleanup now that we have the grappling hook. And we may even be able to go hunt down that vampire, finally. After having gone over there like 6 times looking for him.
Like a twig.
It's definitely satisfying being able to just flatten these guys so much easier. Not that they were difficult to begin with, to just beam to death, but they die faster now. Down below here is where we need to be going. There's the ladder. Trust exercise. Whee! That's it, huh? Just some silver ore was what I had marked all that time ago. That's depressing. Is this door open?
Can't open from this side.
Nope, still doesn't open. I kind of figured that the thing we grappled to was actually going to lead to a path through there, but apparently that is absolutely not how that works. Let's go over here, because I'm pretty sure we saw a grapple point up here as well. And I'm not going to get all the grapple points. I'm just going to say that one right now. I'm just going to go for the ones that I guaranteed remember. We can always clean the rest up in the future. Perhaps when we have even more capacity to travel around. And even easier. Thanks, game. Why does it keep selecting the dumplings by default? They're not the first thing in the cycle. It's so weird. You would think it would select the thing that's first in the order. But it's selecting the thing in the second set for some reason first. And I keep not noticing until I waste one. Which the not noticing is my fault. The weird selection is the game's fault. Whee! You can drop down and grab this.
I'll take this.
Melancholy. The weapon diagram, I presume. Considering it's at our smith. That only solves part of the mystery. I guess there is just nothing else up there. But I'd have to go back up in order to prove that. I guess I'm going back up, because otherwise I'm going to end up coming back here later. And as usual, as I've mentioned on many other occasions, I'm not aiming for 100%, because I don't 100% much of anything. But I am just too curious. Yeah, there's just nothing there. That is just a fast way to break your ankles. The weird lighting up there made me wonder if there was a grapple point, so that's why you just saw me just leap off. It's like, okay, maybe there's a grapple point, like, just out of sight up there. Which there is this still. How do you get to this? Answer may surprise you in that I haven't the slightest clue. We could also stick our nose into the entropy portal that's here for fun. This can't possibly backfire, right?
What is this place?
You were told it's the entropy. So apparently it's the Red Rift. Oh, there's a boss in here, huh? No, it's some kind of arena. Where it's just spawning a bunch of enemies. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna run out of time. Well, that was interesting. I rolled through him and he just kind of evaporated. These are all really weak enemies. Until that. But that also wasn't that strong. Oh, there we go. The chest gave me back a little bit of power. Okay. But I need to run back to the entrance, like, right now. Oh, wait, that was the entrance. The lantern saves you. Oh, you just safely deposit it out here. Neat. What did I even get out of that box, though? Oh, I guess it was the large essence that I looked at or something. Let's go back in there and have a look at that. See if I just didn't grab what was in the box. Or if the box was only to give you back like some energy. I guess it was... The coalesced essence. That's gonna be the next room, isn't it? Right here. Yep. There's no way I'm gonna have the time to do this. You must be able to, like, upgrade the lantern or something. So you can last in here longer. It's like, these fights aren't bad. It's just a simple fact of the timer is really strict. Are we gonna start losing health, or do we just die when the lantern runs out of juice? Rogue mage, whatever that is. We just start rapidly losing health. Okay. It's also taking a real long time to spawn the next guy. And we're dead. Okay, so not worrying about that right now, because we do not have the lantern time for that. We could probably upgrade the lantern or something. But now we know what that does, at least. Esbjorn's sword on vampiric creatures. We get a mystery reward for that. Oh, apparently we did successfully clear the second room with that last kill when we died. So that's fun. Maybe I should go open the box then. Just to see if we got something out of that. I know, this is impeding progress, because we're just gonna keep dying in here, but I want to get the goodie if there is a goodie in there. I'm pretty confident, though, it is just gonna be a meter restoration. Oh, turns out the room is not actually clear at all. This was just a lie. So I'm gonna die again. Unless I can somehow clear this room faster than I did before. Which, technically, I'm clearing it faster, I think? Not faster enough. Yeah, it just gives you entropy. Okay. Let's just get out of here then. Whee! Not wee enough. There we go. Yeah, I would need a lot more lantern meter to feel comfortable pushing much further in there.
She said you could be a needle in it.
Yeah, let's go back over to the West Wickham sewers, swing across that gap and see if there's a vampire over there. One would think there will be. But there's no guarantee of anything there. Pardon me, rats. Got no quarrel with you, and you, if you want to live, shouldn't have any quarrel with me. Oh, this is where the grappling hook tutorial is? Why is the tutorial here? You know, I think my theory about this being where the vampire lives is correct. Except there's a big fucking spider here, so maybe not. Not gonna lie, the figure hanging there really looked like a vampire. Or with their wings wrapped around them and everything because of the coloration. I can tell now that it's somebody wrapped in web, but at a glance it didn't match. Okay, you're spawning little spiders, that's fine. This really just seems like the spider equivalent of that rat fight that I mentioned and keeps showing up. There we go.
Help me! I will die here!
Hey, what do you know? I did find the vampire's lair.
I'm thirsty.
Oh,
I've
the
been waiting here
vampire
for
is...
centuries, for days now. Set me free, please.
Yeah, if you've been up there that long, the spider should have drank you.
Ah, the spider. It surprised me. I was having dinner when it attacked me and coated me with its web. Haven't been able to move a finger since. Free me. You will be generously rewarded. Yes, I was adventuring, you know, exploring this ancient tomb, and I had to stop to eat. Help me!
No, I don't believe you. It's almost like the name tag vampire gives you away or something, bud. Then again, I suppose if he tries anything, I can just crush him.
Help me!
Yeah, you know what? Fine.
Take pity on me. Set me free.
I'll set you double free. I'll bring you down and then I'll kill you.
Finally, after all these years, I will drink again.
Nice armor you got there.
Shit! No!
That's a shame. That's a real shame for him.
Nice try.
It's almost like he didn't consider the fact that there was a big beam of sunlight right where he was gonna land. Shame, that one. Shame. Hey, we got Shadow Step now, which we can't use, but hey, we got it. We also picked up Wild Seed earlier that I forgot to look at. You know, I do really feel like he got done dirty on that one. But he brought it on himself. All that searching just for that quest to end that simply, though. What we got here? Dead people.
A dead body. Female. Killed by the spider, it seems. What was she doing here?
Good question. Considering the caskets, either she came out of one of them, or she was grave robbing. So it's awfully convenient that she's dead next to the caskets, in multiple senses. Ah, this is the door into the other Wickham sewers. Perfect. As I suspected that proves out true. Wait, why is there... There's now, like, magic stuff leaking from that corpse, but I can't interact with it. Perhaps that's something for later, then. Is it marked on my map? It isn't. Let's go ahead and put a marker here. Yeah, sure, that one. So I investigate that in the future. Because I haven't the foggiest what to do with it right now, but I'm sure eventually I'll figure it out.
Oh.
Itinerant and armor set. We don't have a grapple point here, so this involves a different ability. Or it's a dead end, never mind. The map says it's a dead end. I don't know if I believe them, but I'll believe them for the moment because I have no means of proving otherwise. Oh, yeah, this is just where you fall if you botch this grapple. that. Yeah, all of that searching and my initial theory with the damn vampire quest was correct. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little frustrated, but it's done. And that's what matters. But this is also why I didn't want an answer on that, because I was pretty confident I knew the answer.
Let's see what we got. And the vampire? You ended it, right? Spider? But the vampire... Shit. Could that have been what it was? See, the thing is, let's say there used to be this woman I was adventuring with. Strictly professional, never tried anything handsy.
Totally not.
Respected her. Anyhow, one time, let's say she gets some info on a vampire sighting. So, we find the hideout, load up in vampire killing gear, and go down there. So it's when we get in there, it's dark, and before our eyes can adjust, something just yanks Serafina into the darkness. Here one second, gone the next. I ran. Instinctively. Didn't stop until the entrance was long out of my sight. Always wanted to face whatever was in there, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he probably would have died.
You know, I was kind of hoping the vampire turned her. I never got to say some things to her. And maybe it could have worked. A human man and a hot vampire bird?
I knew that's where he was going with
What do you
this.
think?
Yeah, stick to
God, just
disappointing
the way she's
mortals.
gone. I mean, I knew, but that sliver of hope. Think I need a drink.
Yeah, and I did find her
See
corpse.
what we got.
So apparently he has no interest in learning about that bit of it. Blood Fiend, a vampire in its war form. Able to easily rip a man in two and drink the blood from their torso like it was a goblet. If you'd rather not be a drinking vessel, don't tangle with one of these monsters. Boombringer Gremlin. Okay, attacking me is one thing, but I don't care how cute you are when you try to blow me up. We are not going to be friends. More info on the Broadsword Gremlin. The Pale Weaver. I don't know why, but the white ones are a particularly aggressive giant spider. If you do kill one, these giants are prized for their carapace by the hunters of Kingsveld Plains. If you ever make it to these parts, stop by at the Windy Arms and ask for Tarna. Trust me, you won't regret it. More info on the Striga, which really isn't anything helpful. And that appears to be all of our new info here. Wait, Entropic Shades. Ah. Oh, that must have been the stuff we were fighting in that entropy arena. That makes sense. He doesn't have any more lockpicks for me, but he did give me a couple for the quest. And I guess that's as good as it's gonna get right now. Do we have... Oh yeah, we have Melancholy, and we also have a cook now, so we should go check in with him. There we go, level 8. And half a level 9. Not bad, not bad. So what is Melancholy? Oh yeah, there's the bassinet from the new set, and the pants. These seem suited to one angle of what I was considering to do. Split between magic and physical. It's actually a strong argument to make that, but the armor on it's not so good. Strength and power, though, on all of these. I might actually make the chain coat. Because it gives more power than the Invoker Coat does. Almost as much knowledge. And I don't know if I really care about the Constitution as much as I thought I did. Losing the defense is unfortunate, but it's double the armor. Oh, and that's what I expected. The Melancholy or daggers. Considering we found them down in the bandit sewer, and just the name Melancholy screams daggers to me. What are the upgrades for these? Critical chance and critical damage, more sparks each rift can fire, extra damage in a random magic element. That's fun. How about the echo? Longer duration, can be cast without a chaos relic, so that's neat. And you gain damage absorption. Good night, ABC. Shadow Shards gains range. Ooh, cast 10 chaos spells to empower the next Shadow Shards. Doesn't that mean I could just, like, spam fire the beam? And then fire that? Probably. Storm strikes more often. Deals damage if only one enemy is in its area. Okay. Yeah, this really does seem like a boss fighting weapon. Boss fighting spell, rather. Over here with the flames, we already know about the one that allows it to be used without a relic. We have Incinerate before when I looked? I don't remember. Longer range, more fire damage the longer it goes. Cost reduction is pretty cool. I do like the idea of cost reduction. I already have the damage increase. I could grab the 2% chance to do 300% damage as fire. Or I could just make it have piercing. The problem is our weakness chance really isn't that good, so I don't know if it's that worth it. Though piercing would be very nice. But I don't know if I want to keep raising the cost of Chaos Beam either. That is the trade-off, is making the cost keep going up. The only reason I didn't immediately grab the Blazing Weapon can be cast without a Fire Relic is it would start to make irrelevant a lot of the decisions I made. Because here's the thing. If I don't need a Fire Relic for Blazing Weapon, and I'm not using any of my other Fireweaver things, then I literally am just using... Oh wait, there's the respec. And my first respec is free. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and retalent. Now, I did hear people complaining, yeah, that you lose the bonus points from the shrines you go to. But that's okay. Because now we can retool our stuff a bit here. And I'm actually gonna ditch a couple of my Spellbinder abilities. Okay, that's why I kept having Power Vacuum all the time. Like, I'm actually gonna go ahead and give up Netherwalk, because it hasn't really been doing that much. I was excited to have it, thinking it was gonna be really good, and it's not actually as impressive as I'd hoped it would be. Somewhat ditto with the Chaos Motes, so those at least were useful. And I just don't know if I want to keep chasing the Chaotic Remnants around to make them useful. Like, before anybody's like, oh, he's just going to get rid of his Spellbinding entirely. No. I am still going to have a lot of Spellbinder points. They're going to be different points in a lot of cases. Because, like, our priority is still going to be in here. I'm just pursuing a slightly different angle with it. There you go. Get Chaotic Rejuvenation, and we'll get Power Vacuum. The tentacles have also not been like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever, because they frequently have been spawning in places where they weren't helpful. Unstable Burst could be a fun thing to pivot into instead. And Shadow Burn as well. Oh yeah, I did want Shadow Melt as well. So let's pop over here and grab that. Because that'll pair with the fire we'll be doing. In fact, actually, before I go too crazy over there, I do want to start moving this a bit. So based on the fact that we didn't have Fire Mastery, I actually could have stepped out of Fire Mastery entirely and switched what our secondary was. I say as I get real tempted to actually retalent again, but no. No. Ooh. 10% reduced cost on all spells. That seems like a winning starting point, honestly. For our fire path, and I can actually just run right up the middle, heading toward Phoenix. I'm not gonna... Ooh. 2 mana a second for every burning enemy. I didn't even notice that one before. Explosions. What was the other really good one? Oh yeah, it was Burning Blood that I wanted. So let's reach over and get Burning Blood now. Get that point of vigor, because it'll be helpful. Because this was the one that first swayed me toward wanting Flame Weaver. Delayed damage will make our life a lot simpler. And since we are mixing magic and physical, this is a very useful tree to be in general. We'll grab this and then we'll spend the other 5 points back in our spellbinder section. Question just becomes, spend those 5 points on what? Kind of tempted to go this way and grab all the power nodes. I don't really want Voltaic Conduit that much, but at the same time, I don't use Discharge that much, so having it do more damage wouldn't be the worst thing. I do think Unstable Burst could be neat, and we did want Shadow Burn, so I think we'll just go grab Shadow Burn. We did lose a little bit of strength, but I think what we gained in power will make up for what we lost in strength. So there we go, we've been retooled a bit here. Oh wow, we're actually down to 70% equip load. So we've actually got like better dodging and everything as well. So the extra vigor we ended up with is worth it, and our overall power with Amnesia I think is higher, actually, now. The roll doesn't seem that much faster. Oh, and we have a level that I should have added to that pool. Let's just go ahead and grab the knowledge point that's right here. There we go. We did lose a little bit of health because I think I lost a point of constitution somewhere in the reset. Mana seems about the same. I think on the whole we are just better than we were, but I can't guarantee that. Where's our cook? That was what I opened the map for. He's over here. Is the food we can get from him might actually help a lot.
You know, on one hand, I'm happy to be out of that dire situation of having to hold in our bean-fueled farts every night so as not to give away our position to the vampires. On the other hand, I've gone from the kitchens of Lord to a backwoods hangout for lowlifes and kooks. I imagined this place was going to be on the level of a carnival, or at least a royal orgy. But instead, well, just look around us. What I meant to say was, I can work with women. They've got to eat just like everyone else, right?
Exactly.
And if anyone wants to eat, I'm going to need ingredients, which you will have to bring me. You procure those, and I'll turn them into meals so good, they'll change your outlook on life. Yes, I'm that good.
I'll believe that when I see it. You're lucky I need a cook. Otherwise, he might have ended up the next meal. So let's see. Useful. Pretty good, pretty good. For somebody who has these vaunted skills of cooking for lords, how does he not know how to make simple things like pheasant broth already? Venison. That's some good healing. And it's 100 more max health. I do really want the pheasant broth, so I'm gonna need to get him that last little bit to the next level. Thankfully, we can just have him make a bunch of bread. This wheat isn't vital to anything else. Make some broth. Mushroom stew was helpful, but I'm not enthused about it enough. You want these cabbage dumplings. Oh, you're literally a pixel away from your level, you son of a bitch. Fine, make me a mushroom stew. Now you can make that venison. What else can you make? Nothing else new. Okay. I don't want to burn my one sage making venison, though. And he doesn't sell garlic, so I do have to get it from the alchemist. That's fine. I was hoping for stronger food than that. Not stronger in terms of healing, like I was hoping for like stat increasing food was actually the play I was gonna go for there.
Oh, hi.
Give me all your garlic. And there's a theory I want to test. Because I have a sneaking suspicion I know what happened with the talent points from the offering thing. I think we actually have to go make the offer again. Like, I think it resets your offerings entirely. Which, if that's the case, that's fine. If that's not the case and it's just bugged out, that's unfortunate. This is also why we did it early. Nope, it's still gone. Okay, never mind. I was giving them an out on that one. Turns out, not so much. Let's go turn in the 10 garlic, though, to get our other free point. At least I think it's only 1 point. It might be more. I don't remember how many points these give, because we only encountered the one. My magic's definitely chewing through them faster. Not fast enough still, but faster. One talent point. We could get the one constitution that puts us right next to unstable burst. So sure, yeah, we'll do that. Physical critical chance, magic critical chance, ew. The fact that those are all like 1% each is just depressing. I guess that's where you put your points when you have nowhere else to put points. Or if you're really committed to the crit build, will dream. But you know, more power to you, but I don't know, that seems inefficient, to put it politely. What is with the fish symbol? Oh, right, mandrake roots. Yeah. It just looks like a fish at a glance until you look a little closer. Oh, right. Okay, so the the entropy places are on the second layer here. It's just right here. The Nameless City is here, and then the other one's around somewhere. That one apparently isn't labeled, which is interesting. I probably should go check the Nameless City again at some point as well. Because I feel like we missed things in there. I feel like there was another grapple point that I'm forgetting about now. The thing is, it felt like there was a lot of grapple points. And there's a grapple point over in the forest area, but I'm not worried about that one right now. Best not to think about it too much. Sometimes you just gotta move forward. Right now, we just gotta go do the murdering. Ack. My face. Yeah, the amount of damage is not that much. Like, we gained, like, a little tiny bit more damage, I think.
The young witch awaits you at the sacred tree.
We already went and talked to her. Oh, what? Now there's a whole thing we have to do? Okay, fine. I'm so glad we jumped across this gap just to have to go back. What do you want, Branwen?
You came. I put my hand on the witch tree and called for you. Did you hear me? She did? Then maybe it worked.
Yeah, just only other witches could hear.
I've fully restored the witch tree's power. Channel its magic as you see fit. This is my gift to you.
Oh, wow. That's actually useful.
We both want the same thing. I hope you see that. And realize I am not your enemy.
You haven't been my enemy so far.
And I think we are friends.
Let's not go that
Until
far.
our eyes meet again, Inquisitor.
Definitely not my enemy, but I'm not convinced you're on my team entirely either. Ah, now I can upgrade the Witch Lantern. Okay. Ah, that's what the Mandrake root is for. Aha! Increases life aura restored by entropic chests and entropic tears. Killing an enemy restores life aura. Life aura deals damage per second to nearby enemies. Movement speed while below 30% aura. Reduce life aura drain in dark areas. Life aura restores health. Ooh, you can get a full half refill whenever it empties. That's a powerful one and very expensive. Even more time. Increased damage when below half. Restore life aura equal to 1% of all direct damage you deal. These are all really nice, actually. Let's go ahead and grab the killing one for the moment. And we don't have enough essence for anything else, really. But this is still helpful. This is only helpful within entropy, which is the unfortunate thing. But other than that, it's great. It does remind me, I haven't even used any of these things. I also didn't tell Reese that his goat was found. I should do that while I'm here, shouldn't I? I just keep herring off on different things and then remembering them later. Like, oh yeah, I probably should do that. Oh, I can actually use the garden. Oh, right, that's what all the seeds we've been getting are for. Duh. Let's plant some of this garlic so we actually can recoup what we spent. And sage has been consistently useful, so we'll plant that. It's kind of neat that there's, like, a timed garden. Yeah, the goat found his way home. Wait, where are you? There you are.
Looks like he followed you back. I'm going to eat well tonight.
Wait, what?
Kidding. Eleanor's my buddy. We go way
I really thought he was pulling a fast one on me.
for you.
So that really wasn't that worthwhile. All we got was another little essence bauble. But I suppose it's another loose end taken care of. Now then, am I gonna get interrupted when I jump across this gap again? That's the important question of the day. Now, I do need to kill the gremlins for the bounties. But there's so many gremlins in other areas. We'll deal with it later. If he happens to die to the moats I left behind, so much the better. I really thought this was lowering me into the ocean. Just like, aha, it's a trick. Oh, wait. We found a coin in where Gerald's dead partner was. Yeah. You gotta pay your coin to cross the river Styx.
I boarded the ferry and the creature began to paddle. A rare castle loomed in the distance. I got the feeling it was watching my approach. All was still. The water softly breaking with every stroke of the ferryman's oar was all that could be heard. If there was anything left alive here, it did not want to be found. When we landed, a mist rolled over us, and the ferryman was gone.
His work was done. He had to go back to the other side, probably. Either terming of other side, really. Take your pick on that one. Made it to the island. I am now wondering, once again, though, whether the King Priest knew about the vampire infestation and just wanted us dead. Oh, you figured it out, huh? Okay. So you're just an advanced caretaker is what I'm getting from this. Like, you've just got a couple more tricks and you can summon more undead than the other ones could. You do your summon, I'll do mine. In fact... But you can't switch to empty weapon slot. Why is the fire relic gone? Well, we'll figure that out later. Because that wasn't lost in the crash, so I'm a little confused by that one. And I didn't sell it. Because it'd be rather silly of me to sell such a thing. I must have done a stupid at some point and, like, swap the set. Oh, wait. It got taken off when I switched to test out that two-handed sword for a moment. That was the thing. That's where everything went to hell in a handbasket. I also have no mana potions equipped, I've realized. So that's not ideal. so I think we might lose this fight here. Just because being restricted down to melee is going to be a massive disadvantage for me. Like, we're getting magic back very slowly. Oh, those waves come back. Okay. Oh, we might hit critical mass of undead here in a moment, which could be a real problem. I got greedy there. That was just stupid. Goes the water. Just commit. Kill. Got him. I started getting a little overcautious there, and that could have backfired miserably. I need to keep that in mind sometimes, as I start getting a little too cagey for my own good. So there we go. There's Unstable Burst. So if we compound weakness on something, it will just explode. We could actually reach over and get Controlled Explosion as well to pair with our physical attacks. Not be a bad idea at all. And we got a new active, which isn't going to help us. Consecration just makes ground heal us and hurt enemies. Neat. Be a real good move for holding yourself stable, but not really in my jam. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other thing the bigger shields need, is the combat mastery thing. That was the other reason why we didn't use the good shields. Yeah, the cabbage dumplings saved that fight, though. Is we were able to get back our mana. Even though they didn't heal much, they still restored that all-important mana bar. The pheasant broth would have done that job but better, but I forgot to put it on the bar. Rabbit broth, no. Put the minor mana potions on there. I bought those all that time ago and then never put them on the bar either. I suppose it would only be good to knock, huh? No. Door's not locked. I'll be back to that idea in a second. Oh, one uninvited guest going in. Yeah, like I was starting to say before we ran into...
Something powerful at work here.
Ooh, our boy, the ferryman. I wonder if the King Priest knew about the vampires and just didn't tell us. Like, does he want us dead? Like, did he expect us to go here and die? Does he just expect us to waste time doing this? I wonder what the scenario here is. Like, what's the trick? Ooh, gold ore. Alright, Big McFancy Sword, go away. The armor seems to be uninhabited, unless they are all, like, low-end vampires and they're just turning to dust when they die. I suppose that's a possibility. All the food that got abandoned once vampirism became the hot new thing in the court. So much wasted food. Oh, hey, speaking of waste, this fucking guy again. Those explosions are definitely giving me some good extra damage. Dark Orb. Okay. That sounds like a move for me. One ball of pain. Throw a bouncing orb of chaotic energy which passes through enemies and detonates after 5 seconds. Okay. I don't have the mana to test out my new ball of pain, but we have it now. New area discovered, Sepulture. Huh. Okay. I have no mana. I don't know why he thought flying towards me when he could just throw fireballs at me was a good idea. What's in the box?
Good.
King's Facade and a whole bunch of material. Presumably material that would help make the King's Facade, probably. I do wonder how far into the game we are. Sometimes I feel like we're pretty far along, and then other times I'm not so sure. We also would have died right there, by the way, if it weren't for the delayed damage, burning blood thing we have going. Because our health was definitely just plummeting down to 0. So, you know, proving once again that that was a good idea. Ow, the poison liquefying my bones. Ooh, goodies.
I think I'll take this.
It's a trap, though. Ow. Ow. Oh, that's a bad thing to run into right now. Would have actually been incredibly helpful if I'd pushed her into the pit with that blast. Like this. Or she just won't explode. Never mind. I miscounted my swings. I thought that next swing was going to cause the next explosion and knock her in. Would have been very funny. Instead, we just kind of, you know, bludgeoned her into pudding like we've done to everything else. Okay. Big ol' pit. Seems like a bad idea all around, but, you know. It is what it is. Interesting. I can't open it. But it only opens from the other side. Like the side we're on right now. So how do you open that? Huh. Now, I thought I pulled that lever. Why does it give you an open prompt when you're on the ladder up against the... Doesn't make sense. Game, you're being very silly. Either way, we have a shortcut back to the checkpoint now. There we go. Good to know that the build I planned out is actually proving to be decent. Those bursts are doing so much damage. It also means we don't need the piercing effect as long as the weakness actually goes off. Because it'll just make the enemies explode. You know, ignoring the enemies that are just exploding of their own accord to begin with.
Can't open from this side.
Yeah, I had a feeling. We will find a way to go somewhere, somehow, eventually. And as far as the split VOD from the crash goes, I'm probably just gonna do what I usually do and just mark it as such. I'm going to assume I took multiple hits there and just spaced on the fact that I was getting hit. Which is not a surprise, considering technically we're, what, 6 hours in now? Because we had 3.5 before the crash, so now we're 5 hours in. Yeah, because we started at 2, so of course it would be 5 hours in. Oh god. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Okay, do not let her bite. Makes sense, considering. But that's verification. Don't let the Striga bite you. It hits real bad. Ow. Why did I drink the potion on the pressure plate? Why am I like this? Gotta love how I'm just chilling in the menu for a second. I just see the "You're in combat" message pop up. Like, I appear to be being assaulted. Huh. Okay. They tried. It was a great idea up until they just stood there after missing their target. Until they exploded. Oh, it's one of these sections again. Okay. Wow, that hurt a lot. Oh, there's different eyes here, though. Don't like that. Game, I did not consent to being taken off that ladder. I saw how those eyes worked and immediately forgot. And we got a long run back to it, too. So that's fun. Aha! I wondered why there was just this big gap here.
To my bag.
Runestone of Blood. That might actually be good. Not dealing with you lot this time. I got bigger fish to fry. And I'm betting they're not smart enough to follow me up here. Really? Really now? You chose to take the end out of the middle on that one. Where I clearly would have landed that, but you've decided to kill me anyway. I think that's our first time losing all of our essence. I think that's the first time we didn't get that body back, and it was all because of a stupid death pit. That really sucks. Like, at the end of the day, it's fine, because it was just regular running around enemy fighting essence, so it's not like I lost a boss enemy's amount of essence or anything. But I don't have to be happy about it. That's not gonna heal enough. That will hopefully do it while I run around. I'm trying to save some of my actual potion use. Or if I make a mistake in here somewhere. Which is, you know, pretty likely. Especially when things like that happen. Where I drop onto the spikes after they should have been disappearing. Okay, so there are the blasting ones and the laser ones. Okay. I thought I had health left, but I'm guessing it was still orange. I think I need to find a checkpoint closer to there before I'm gonna keep doing that. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my mind. That, and I probably should do that when I'm a bit fresher instead of getting tired and then deciding one of those is a good idea. I'll be doing the next session sooner than usual anyway, because we'll be rotating this into Tuesday slot now that Freedom Unite's done. So it'll be absolutely fine. This is where the kitchen was. We didn't actually go up. Invisible bastard. I see you.
That was high.
Okay, game. I would love to know why it didn't take the jump input, but you know what? We're not gonna worry about it, I guess. There's a breakable floor here. No, game, I don't think gold is going to make me feel better. A lockpick, though, that will make me feel slightly better. I shot faster. Interesting, you throw knives as well as trying to duel me. Wow, the poison on that knife hurts a lot. Okay.
Won't leave this here.
Assassin Greaves. Interesting. Power, Spirit, and Endurance. Okay, okay. I'm willing to consider that in the future. Yikes. Kid's already a vampire. I'm gonna assume also vampire. How long have they been vampires? Answer might surprise you in that they might have been vampires for a lot longer than we think. They may have just been playing nice up until recently. Or they changed all the portraits. Like maybe when vampirism took over, they just went, you know what, let's change all these pictures. Oh, this door does open, it's just really slow about it. Whee! What's this? Ring of Vitality. That does sound useful. This door also opens. This place has so many doors, but it is a castle. It makes sense that this place can be riddled with doors I have to open. God damn, look at the chompers on the one on the right. Both the hair disappearing and just like the piranha mouth going on is worrying. This is a path that we didn't take. Oh, I think this was too high for us to get to? Yeah. This was too high for us to have gotten to before. I will say, I think that these, like, vampire crossbowmen and such are easier to deal with than the skeletons, because they at least have the decency to die when they're killed. They don't just decide, nah, I feel like popping back up once Try the small door first. We'll do the big door later. Spirits of former residents, I presume. As fun as the orb is... Oh god, I'm frozen. That's kind of rude. Couldn't do anything about that once I got frozen. Well... You know, they really are just starting to pull moves upon dick moves again, huh? Which, don't get me wrong, getting frozen there was my own fault, but having an element like that that just, like, is a full no-recourse scenario never feels good. Also because until you encounter that the first time, you have no way of knowing that that's a thing that can happen. Because we had gotten slowed by those ice breaths before, but I'd never been full frozen by them. So I didn't even know that you could be full frozen. I knew he was going to reappear on the stairs enough that he wouldn't get the throw off on me. Oh, they got knives. Okay, so let's try this again. Now having enough resources to fight ghosts properly. Oh yeah, let me fix this problem. There we go. This way we can have our flame weapon as well for this. Make much faster work of these spirits. One down, out of range, so I can stay there safely. If it was anything other than a ghost, I would say it was weird that I managed to walk through it. Stellar Radiance. I'm going to assume that's an astral relic, so this was not really valuable to me to do. So dying for that feels a little bad, but, well, it's for the collection, I suppose. Not by me, going through the door, goodbye. I'm assuming this is next floor. Yep, upper quarters. Though, had I thought it through, I would have went through this door first because there would have been a checkpoint closer to where we were. But I couldn't guarantee that there was going to be a checkpoint conveniently there. Let's do this door. Western Tower. Ooh, more goodies in locked boxes. Locked boxes will not stay locked for long.
It will be useful.
Stone skin potion. I feel like I'd gotten that already, but I guess I didn't. I got something similar to that at some point, I think. So we can't access this tower yet because we can't use the elevator that's in it. Oh, there's one of those portals. That looks like fun. This, however, doesn't look like fun at all. Not a fan of the Dark Orb, unfortunately. The magic grenade that it essentially is not really doing anything for me. There we go. Oh wait, yeah, we also have these wool bandages I could have been using this whole time that I made a while ago. Way to go, May. Way to forget everything. What was I even looking in here for? I wanted to look at something. Hey, we got Flame Crest, Stellar Radiance, Stone Skin, King's Facade. Oh, it's a tower shield. Ew. Well, I'm immediately less interested in that. Ring of Vitality, Runestone of Blood, Sapphire Signet. don't remember what I was opening my inventory for. No, been a while since we saw these guys. Oh, hey, Dungeon Keeper, huh? This game really does have a lot of boss-free use. I'm not excited about that. I'll be honest. Oh right, I went to switch out the fact that we had the dark orb. That's the thing I opened the inventory for. Anyway. Sunder is learned. And we got the dungeon key. Requires Great Hammer. Leap into the air with a swing of your Great Hammer and slam it down. Okay. That is a move. It's a little sad that it took this long to get, like, a special attack for a weapon. You know, the specific type. Like, your two-handers and such really were getting left in the dust. Is the best move they have until that was Heavy Swing, I guess. I want to get in there, but I think you might actually have to come through the portal to get to there. You know what, though? If this is here, does that mean that the vampires are how the bandits got into Wickham to begin with? Because remember, they used one of those portals to break into the sewers in the first place. So I wonder if there's actually a connection between them. Bloodbound Curus. Oh boy. Well, that was scary. Worth it, though.
I'll take this.
Signet of Magic. That definitely sounds like a winner for me. Now that we move that in. Nope, can't break the other one. You want to have a look at that Bloodbound Curus. Really need to think of better times to look at these things. Lots of dexterity. Good armor penetration. So not really for us. Unless I was gonna go back to the sword. Uh-huh. Y'all ain't slick. I just want you to know that. With your very obvious animated suits of armor just kind of staring at me from off to the side. I wonder if anybody actually gets got by that at all. It'd be kind of sad if somebody did.
Will be useful.
Oh hey, we got their chest armor now too, which is something I'm definitely not gonna wear. And it's not as heavy as I thought. Stat line's great for somebody who would be interested in being heavier.
Doesn't open from here.
Okay, that's the first door we've run into that doesn't open. Deal with you first. Oh, we got vampire magic user as well. And a book. Or did you summon that book? Oh, you've put a thing on me. I don't like it. Just gonna bludgeon you before whatever that thing was did anything. Okay, the lever's also stuck. Great. What about this one? Is this one stuck? Yep. Oh, they got one of those neat, like, sliding scaffold things that you see in larger libraries. Neat. All this knowledge turned hostile. Ow.
Shiny.
Runesmith's Compendium. There we go. That'll get me some more runes. May or may not have only just now realized my health was shambles. I don't know why I didn't grab there. I know why I stopped in midair, because I thought I made the jump, so I started cycling items so that I could get my healing out, and yeah. Everything went horribly wrong in that whole process there. Let's not waste our energy fighting these two this time. So all that's gonna do is cause us problems rather than helping anything. I do, however, need to deal with you lot. I don't know what this sigil that's on me means, but I don't want to find out.
Contraption does not move.
I feel like it's some kind of I'm going to explode when this runs out type deal. And I, for one, don't want to explode. Not even sure I want to explode in popularity. That just seems like trouble. Lord knows I had enough trouble dealing with the couple real big bursts we've had. Library tower. Let's come back to that in a minute. While the wizards are away, I would rather have a look around the rest of this main room.
Locked.
That probably just gets connected back to from the room we were just in. And that's not reachable from where we are. Any grappling hooks? No. I'm betting the switches below us are for swapping the ladders around. That's almost certainly what we're doing here.
I can't do this.
Considering they're on either side of the ladders. Probably this one would lower this ladder to the bottom, and this one lowers the other one to the bottom. Moves this one back up or something. They are, for some reason, non-functional. Also, they just got a painting of a Striga up there for some reason. Who knows what vampires are into, I suppose. Blast that lot. Okay. That was another case of input eaten, so that's wonderful. That one was my fault, though, I think. I think I did step off of there before the input would have fully taken. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. Just means at least there's a reason. As unfortunate as the reason as it ends up being. Now that we know the layout of where we're going, I'm just gonna run right on by all y'all. Coming through, don't mind me. Don't you put that evil on me. Okay, now let's not randomly end up taking our end out of the middle when I try to jump somewhere, please. Gold, I presume. Yep. Weirdly pyramid-shaped gold, but we'll take it. And so you're saying all of that was for nothing, because this just leads back into the room we were just in. No, it doesn't. This actually leads to a furnace. No, that was lower than I thought. Never mind, I'm just stupid.
It's blocked.
Why is everything broken in this place? Probably because none of it's been maintained. So I doubt the vampires particularly care about the things that were here before them.
It's stuck.
Jammed, stuck, locked. Ah, this loops back around to here. Okay. Interesting. We will learn the layout of this place in time for us to end up not continuing right now. Yeah, they're just in the background shoveling away. Ah, we found another version of the caretaker, the slave master. Looks fire-based. Yep, he's just leaving a fire spot there for me to step in. And then he tries to big boot me. Interesting that fire damage is even mattering to him, considering he's got all the fire attacks. Anyway, he's dead. Infernal Tornado. Ah, the steam machine lever. That should be useful. Summon a fiery tornado that moves forward, dealing power scaling fire damage per second to enemies. Tornado turns around at the end of its path, returning to its initial location. That seems more useful to me on my secondary set. Also, while we're in there, goodbye, Orb of Uselessness. Let's try the Dark Echo for a bit, because we didn't give it a chance. And it might be that the upgraded orb will be better, but right now the orb is kind of sad. I'm gonna assume the lever we got is for the big molten looking thing up here. Ow. Yep, there we go.
It's working. Whatever it's doing.
Presumably now all these wheels can spin. No? Okay, maybe there's a particular order of operations to this. Aha, this one works now. Right, we gotta make the gears line up, I presume, then. Okay.
Can't.
Why are they going back? I fucked up the order of operations, then. Is this one first? Or did I, like, move too early? No, they just seem to be timed, which is kind of fucked up. I feel stupid. There must be something I'm overlooking about how this works. Because I can't move before these finish moving, because I can't move before he finishes rotating it, basically. So I feel like this is physically impossible, even with sprinting. Yeah, because by the time his slow ass turns this thing, it's already in the other position.
I can't do this.
So there's something I'm not understanding here. And it doesn't help that this whole place is designed to slowly kill you.
It's blocked.
Like, there's ledges to grab, so you would think... Is there a grapple point and I'm just not understanding? No, there's no grapple point. So why... Why are these here? Like, I would assume it's so that you don't take damage when you drop down, but that takes longer, so why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. This just seems like a recipe for wasting your time, of which you don't have enough because the machinery just goes back before you can even make it across anyway. Unless maybe you're meant to run to the middle one after moving one? But that doesn't make sense either. I mean, I'll give it a shot, but I have a bad feeling about this.
contraption does not move.
Yeah, it doesn't move. Unless maybe this one needs to be moved down and then the middle used, but we tried that and it didn't work. But maybe I was too slow.
Doesn't work.
No, it just doesn't do anything. And we even have increased move speed thanks to the cape we're wearing. Huh. I feel like I'm overlooking something, or I'm just like having a brain failure here. Because one would think that this is just as simple as it looks. You just rotate it one, get in position quick, and rotate the other one.
I can't.
But see, even at the fastest I can go, it just doesn't work. Don't get it. And clearly this is required for continuing in here. At least I would presume it would be, because this is what's going to start the whole mechanism up in this place. But maybe... Oh, you know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe this needs to be moved first. Okay, but see, that one just locks in. That's good to go. There wasn't anything to spin down here, right? Swear, if it was just move the one down below and then it all behaves nicely, I'm gonna be kind of cross. Because that's gonna be another case of there's no real reason for this to be finicky this way. They just made it finicky this way.
It's blocked.
Yep, that is all it was. It needed this other gear to hold that one in place, which at least from that aspect, it actually makes a degree of sense, and this one doesn't work because it kept colliding with the other one. But having that fourth lever there does just make this a little unnecessary. Like, I feel like having the 3 of them was enough busy work. You didn't need 4 of them. As much as I do enjoy mechanisms like this, that one down there doesn't need to be there. And now we can move those ladders around to do what we had been trying to do before. But now I have a reason to get rid of these guys again. Okay, so it doesn't move the whole set, though. It just moves the individual ladder. And there's no lever for the middle ladder. Is why would you move the middle one? That would just be another way to have me waste time like I just did before. Question is this actually at all important? Answer is maybe. Tower entrance key. Yes, this was in fact very important. That's a death pit. How do I get over there then? I feel like if I make a jump for this, I'm gonna die. Oh, never mind. There's some ground here, just not as much as I would have liked. still doesn't answer how I'm supposed to get that unless I was supposed to, like, drop from the other ledge. And just magically it was gonna work out. Oh, we're here. I know where I am now. Means the checkpoint is right here. $41. Oh yeah, I didn't even have controlled explosion yet, so my whole point about trying to count hits on that one enemy didn't matter. I didn't have that ability yet. We just kept triggering weakness with the magic damage we were doing. And that's why the explosions were all happening. But I think with how I'm starting to, like, make stupid botches here and there, I think we're gonna stop at this point. Is we're 2 hours into part 2 of this, and the other one was like near 4 hours, so we're at about the 6-hour mark, give or take. So that'll be good enough for one day. I'll take a quick look at my list, and then we'll see what happens from there. There's a lot of goddamn people on, including some that I have not seen on in a good long while, because our times never lined up. But it would appear they're doing something late today, so that's interesting. So on the note of interesting, I can't help but notice, Twitch, that it's a mismatch on these listings here. They're still going. Didn't show them for some reason. So that's interesting. It's very odd there, Twitch. But I think it's because my list is too bloated. There's like too many people that I'm following at this point, so it doesn't show me everybody when I go through the list on the left. I only noticed that there was that inaccuracy there because of the fact that I'm looking at the people that I have in my favorites, and I noticed that there was one there that wasn't on the list. Which this is probably a very niche situation to be in with that split there. Oh, interesting. It's weird how those things end up lining back up. No, thinking about it more, I think I'm gonna skip the raid today so I can check on why that crash happened and not have to worry about it crashing again randomly when we do the raid, kind of like the raid the other day we had where we went to Mochi and my power went out. I think I'll just hold off today to figure things out. So, thank y'all for taking the time to be here today. I will be back tomorrow with a repo lobby, which will be at the theoretically normal start time of 2 o'clock. And I say theoretically normal because it's not normal for Saturdays at this point, but that's when that one will be. And then we cycle back around, obviously, to Monday, which will be Legend of Dragoon continuing. Then Tuesday we'll be back to this. I'll be having these 2 longer projects running at the beginning of the week, and then have the rest of the week free and open to do whatever is going to be the plan until Legend of Dragoon and Mandragora are done. I may very well keep the beginning of the week for longer projects like I had done in the past. Like how I did like Alundra and things like that all at the beginning of weeks. So it may very well be that Monday or Tuesday will like be RPGs or something. So we can get that back rolling again. Either way, good night everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.